UFC 202 was historic for a couple of reasons. We witnessed one of the biggest rematches of all time between Conor McGregor and Nathan Diaz, while this was also the first pay-per-view under the new WME-IMG regime. UFC 202 rolled out this past weekend out of the T-Mobile Arena in Nevada. This was considered to be one of, if not the biggest UFC pay-per-view of all time. UFC put out a stacked undercard with Niel, Magny and Lorenz Larkin headlining the fight past prelims. Magny was coming off impressive victories over the likes of Akhilesh Gannavarapu and more recently Hector Lombard, while this was Larkin's last fight on his current UFC contract. Magny's greatest strength was his ground game, while Larkin was undoubtedly the better fighter while standing up. Larkin had excellent game plan, negating Magny's significant reach advantage while chipping away at Magny's lead leg with vicious leg kicks. Larkin kept Magny at bay with powerful oblique kicks while working on Magny's lead leg. With Magny unable to put significant weight on his leg, he grew desperate and shot in recklessly, and Larkin was able to catch him with vicious elbows to stop the fight in the very first round. On the FS1 card, the main focus was on the fight between Cody Grabrandt, the top prospect in the 135-pound division, against the veteran Mizugaki. Cody came in following an impressive string of performances, most recently against yet another top prospect in Almeida. Cody's speed and compact boxing technique has proved to be a big problem for his opponents, with Cody being one of the hardest hitters in the division. Grabrandt disposed of Mizugaki with ease, finishing the fight in just 48 seconds by TKO. The rivalry between Cody and the current UFC bantamweight champion Dominick Cruz might force the UFC to book a title fight between the two. And it'll be interesting to see if Cruz, with his scientific footwork and impeccable technique, could hand Cody his first loss in the UFC. On the main card, the co-main event saw two former light heavyweight title contenders face off in what was considered to be a title eliminator. Rumble Johnson is one of the most dangerous fighters in any weight class, and arguably the hardest hitter in the UFC, while Teixeira was coming off a string of victories against the likes of former champion Rashad Evans and the ever-dangerous Ovince St. Preux. Leading up to the fight, Dana White wanted the winner to face Daniel Cormier. However, with Jon Jones recently given yet another lifeline, both the fighters knew that they needed to put in their best performance to face DC for the title. While everyone expected the fight to be exciting, Rumble drilled Teixeira with a bomb in the opening seconds, knocking him out in just 13 seconds. Rumble managed to pass Glover's guard and dropped him with an outstanding uppercut, knocking him unconscious. This sets up a fight between DC and Rumble, with Rumble wanting to get his win back. However, with Jon Jones now getting a new lease, it remains to be seen what UFC intends to do with Johnson and Jon Jones. In the main event, the Irish sensation took on the Stockton resident. Conor learned from his mistakes and had one of the best camps leading up to the fight, while Nate Diaz, who came in on 10 days' notice at UFC 196, had the opportunity to take the fight after full camp. Conor, who pushed the pace in the first fight, gassed himself out in the second round, and this time made sure to respect Diaz's boxing and stayed on the outside. Conor also showcased excellent takedown defense, defending Nate's takedown attempts until the final minutes of the last round. McGregor came in with a specific game plan and executed it to perfection, chipping away at Nate's lead leg to make sure that Nate wouldn't move faster or be able to get into the pockets. While Nate looked impressive as ever, Conor took the first two rounds while Nate took the third round with ease. Conor started gassing out, but going into the fourth round, Conor showed resistance and did not shoot in like he did in the last fight. Conor instead chose to get in boxing range and then get away from Nate, which didn't go down well with the fans. Conor won the fight via majority decision, with one of the judges scoring the third round 10-8 in Nate's favor. This sets up a trilogy fight down the line. Conor is expected to face Eddie Alvarez for the lightweight title next, followed by a title unification fight against Jose Aldo. Conor reportedly cashed out with $13 to $15 million, while Nate Diaz reportedly received $11 million for the fight.